Hariko Namaskar. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've been watching and commenting on my previous videos, thank you so much. I didn't think I would even get 10 views, but people have been actually watching. So thank you so much. That makes me motivated to do more and more long form YouTube beauty content. I hope there is less echo in this room because we finally got a bed and I'm slowly setting this room up. My setup is still very ghetto, but today's video is going to be super special. There was a time in my life where I used to watch all the American or the West YouTubers, and I used to crave for somebody coming down from the US or the UK so I could get American makeup, UK makeup, all the makeup that was not available in India. But now the tables have flipped so quickly because I wait for people to come from India and for them to have luggage space, because today's video is basically 10 products from Indian brands that are available only in India, and we're going to talk about them because these deserve a spot on the internet. These products are actually so good. I've recommended this to so many of my friends. I don't have just 10, I have so many to add along with this, but these are 10 standout products or categories from made in India brands that are absolutely chef's kiss. While so much international makeup is available in India, skincare, hair care, and makeup and game has leaped so much, has exponentially grown like anything, especially since COVID. Every other month I see a new brand launching and I see it on Instagram, and I have so much FOMO because I'm like, I cannot get my hands on it. Anytime anybody's coming from India, how much space do you have? I always ask that. But let's get into this video. This is in no particular order, but this has a good combination of skincare, body care, and makeup. I don't have any hair care because I feel like a lot of hair care brands that are available in the US are also available in India, like Nexus, Matrix, Dove, Olaplex, Kerastase. Most of it is available, so I haven't found a India only brand for hair care that I'm absolutely in love with. If there's any that you love, especially for like curly hair, please let me know in the comments down below because I'm on the hunt for something new from an Indian brand to try. Starting off with the big daddies, this is the Plum BodyLovin Vanilla Caramello Body Lotion with Cocoa Butter. This is my third bottle, and I have another backup of this. I love this body lotion, and I have smelled this side by side next to the original dupe this is supposed to be of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian cream. These are identical. I like this more because the moisturizer is actually thicker and hydrates your body, and the scent of it lasts a lot longer than the Sol de Janeiro one, at least on me. Even otherwise, if you don't want to get, oh, I don't want to dupe, just get this one if you like the gourmand scent. And for the moisturization, it is insanely good, especially for the fall and winter season. I think this is going to be an amazing option, and this is so affordable for such a big bottle. It takes me forever and a day to finish this up. I'm on month 6 of this bottle and I still have, at least I'm down to here, so this is going to last you for a really long time. I also forgot to mention that almost everything in this video is going to be in the affordable category. There's probably one that's maybe hitting the 1,000 rupees, but I think everything else is super inexpensive and absolutely worth it. I would honestly pay high end prices for some of these. But I have a couple Plum stuff here, but I'm gonna sprinkle them throughout the video. A sunscreen that I absolutely have fallen in love with is the Wishcare Niacinamide Oil Balance Fluid Sunscreen. You would have seen this all over Instagram. This is super popular. It is one of those watery sunscreens. I really like this. This was great when I was in Jersey and in the summer because Jersey gets super humid. So I used to use this all the time, even though I was from the dry skin family, and I really liked it. It has zero white cast. You can go overboard with this and you will be able to blend out so easily. It doesn't feel icky, greasy, slimy, none of those. And it's just a really great sunscreen. If you are from the dry skin family, I would say go in with a moisturizer first and then go in with this. If you put this by itself, it might feel too dry even in hot, humid months. But overall, the sunscreen has been such a game changer. And coming from an Indian brand, do you remember when it was just VLCC, Lotus Herbal, and Neutrogena? They all sucked. They all stung eyes. They all had white cast. It was disgusting. I never wanted to wear sunscreen. I've never spoke about sunscreen on my channel. Every time I spoke about skincare, and that's because I feel like in the last few years we've really gotten to know the importance of skincare, and we also have access to really good quality and affordable skincare. It's not like you have to spend so much money to get good quality SPF. And the fact that India has so many options, If you go onto my Instagram, I did a whole testing Indian sunscreens video. I think I'm due for another just testing sunscreens because I have 10 or 20 of them in my box already. But the fact that an Indian brand is making such good quality sunscreen is really amazing. In the same category as the Wishcare sunscreen, it would be super dishonest if I did not speak about the Dot and Key tinted sunscreen. And I'm putting this in the same category, the sunscreen category, and not as a separate product in itself. This is the Dot and Key Strawberry Dew Tinted Sunscreen with SPF 50, and I have the shade O8 Sand. What I don't like, which is what I'm going to start off with, is the shade range is atrocious, and that goes with so many Indian brands. Yes, we have had such a big jump from when we had one of those Lakme bottle foundations when that was the only accessible foundation for us. 100%. We have jumped so much from there, but we have such a long way to go. I will give credit because brands are working towards it, but I still think they can do a lot more. I hate how deeper skin tones have just become an afterthought. Even though I don't fall under the deep category, I still don't think it is fair for people who are of deeper skin tone to wait for the foundation to get into the market for people to like it and for the brand to launch a deeper shade. Launch a good wide range because we're in 2025. We need more, we need better shade ranges, we need better undertones. We cannot just cater to a small palette of skin tones, especially in India, because A, colorism is high, and B, we have such a diverse variety of skin tone, and makeup at this point is booming so much. So this is opportunity for brands to really hone in on the market. I digress, but the Dot and Key sunscreen has, I think when I bought it, they only had 3 shades, and now I believe they have 5 shades. I have the shade O3 Sand, which was the deepest shade when I bought it, and I was at my palest self, and it wasn't even deep enough for me. But what I like is, even though this is not supposed to be full coverage like a foundation, it does have a little bit of coverage to it. I do have acne scars. It kind of camouflages it. It's cutting a filter on your pictures. It doesn't give you full coverage, but for an everyday wear, you can just put this on, a little bit of blush, mascara, lip balm, whatever, and you're good to go. So it's a very easy product. So I absolutely love it. Again, I always put all of my sunscreens on top of a moisturizer because if I put it by itself, then there is my skin doesn't really like it. Another factor that I really like about this sunscreen is the fact that you don't actually have to set it with a powder. I layer it with vitamin C serums, milky toners, blah, blah. I do all of that. Still, this sunscreen does not pill, it does not flake off, it doesn't need powder, but it gives the most gorgeous glowy finish. But I also think it could be the weather that I'm living in. Maybe in India, when it is slightly more humid, I believe you would need to set it with some sort of powder. But if you're in a drier climate, then you can just use this standalone with no setting powder, none of that. So it's a great everyday, easy, effortless, you can do it without a mirror kind of product. You can really tell how passionate I was because I spoke about that single product for 2 minutes. This is a category that I wish existed when I was in India. The makeup brush scene was so poor. The only brushes that were available at one point when makeup really started to pick up, especially after Nika kind of started to blow up, was the Pack Cosmetics brushes. But also, as a college student, it was so hard to pay 700 rupees to buy a single makeup brush. And I used to find so many of these paint brushes and these were brushes in stores and use that for my foundation. Also, back in the day, sponge was a big deal, so any sponge would get the job done. I love the fact that India now has so many makeup brush brands, and a lot of brands also do makeup brushes. And I want to talk about two of these makeup brushes here. And I just picked this up on a whim, and I'm so glad that I did. These two also fall under the same category of makeup brushes. I'm going to talk you through the specific ones. This is the Mars BF3 brush. This is a gorgeous buffing foundation brush. This is great if you want to buff your foundation, tinted moisturizer, concealer, cream bronzer, cream contour, cream blush, cream highlighter, anything cream. This has been my go-to. I love how it is fluffy at the top and dense at the bottom, so it's really nice to paint the product on. Leaves no streaks. Can you believe that? Back in the day when I did try any of the cheaper makeup brushes, they left streaks on my face, but this one is smooth. It makes your skin look like butter, and it is so affordable. Again, this is BRF03. I know Mars has a couple makeup brushes that are super popular on the internet, and this is the only one that was in stock when I could buy it, so I instantly picked it up. Zero regrets. This comes with me anytime I have to travel. I'm so scared to lose this brush over any of my other high-end stuff because this brush is probably my favorite buffing brush that I have tried. I've tried Elf, I've tried Jessup, I have tried the Papa sponges. I've tried a couple foundation blending products, but I think this has to be my absolute favorite, and it is so inexpensive. Another brush within the same category, so I'm putting this as number 3 brushes. This is the Swiss Beauty brush. I don't know what the name of it is. I think it came in the box. Of course, I threw away the box. This is basically a powder brush, but you can use this to pack on blush. You can use this to set your face. You can use this to wipe off bake. There's a couple ways you can use this because this is tapered like this. So there's a couple ways you can use this, and it is so dense. It is so fluffy at the same time. I think I have a pattern. Oh, good. This is my favorite brush to use for powders. You might be thinking, oh, they're so cheap. Maybe their quality is not good. Maybe they don't last long. Wrong. I have washed this. I've had this for a year and a half. I wash this 2 to 3 times every single month. I've had no shedding, no bristles have come off, no glue has come off, and I can't believe they're doing such a good quality of brushes at such an affordable price. Definitely worth checking out. Let's talk about a category that I don't think I've spoken much in the past, but it is perfumes. I don't think I've spoken about perfumes. Oops. I don't think I've spoken much about perfumes in the past. Plum BodyLovin sent me some of their perfumes. I've always wanted to try, but anytime I've been in India, these perfumes are out of stock, and I can confidently say I know why it is out of stock, because they're actually good. The one that's my absolute favorite is the Plum BodyLovin in Vanilla Caramello. I have the Smokin' Vanilla, and I have one of the other ones that's I think a blackberry. I don't know what it is. But the two ones that are gourmand, I am a gourmand lover. I want to run errands. I want to wear a perfume. This is the one that I always wear when I'm going out to hang out with my friends. I'm going to the movies. I'm going to get my groceries. This is the perfume I wear. The perfume followed by the Plum Vanilla Caramello body lotion. You're gonna smell like the next morning. Longevity of this and the smoking vanilla also is actually pretty good. I worn it on flights, retain the smell even though I've traveled through airports and plane air and everything. It's actually so good and it is so affordable. I love this. I know that they have a pistachio variant. If somebody's coming from India, I have to get it. I am so impressed with perfumes because back in the day, I know I keep referencing back in the day because I have so much FOMO of all the stuff you get available in India at such a good price and such affordable quality and so many wide ranges, especially with blushes and lipsticks and sunscreens and all of that, not foundations or concealers yet. But I digress. I am referencing the past because when I lived there, when I was still before I moved to the US, the only good perfumes that were available were from like, Body Shop, Victoria's Secret and Body Works were still harder to get, even though they were available. The Body Shop ones were just like floral, and I never really enjoyed them that much. They were okay. They never had any sweet smell that I remember. So I don't have good memories of any perfumes available in India that were easily accessible. So I am so happy to see Plum doing this. I know there are a couple of brands. I'm waiting to get my hands on some of the Indian brands for perfumes. But until then, this Plum one is so good. If you're in the market for a perfume, you don't want to pay the Sol de Janeiro prices, please go get yourself the Plum one because the shit is actually really good. Half a bottle is done though. So every time I try to order any of the viral stuff from this brand, it is sold out and they keep releasing stuff. I feel like there are a couple brands in India that's kind of equivalent to Colourpop where there's a new collection releasing every other day. It's Nykaa, Swiss Beauty, Insight, Mars Cosmetics, and there's a couple others like that. So always it's, oh my god, when did they launch this kind of thing? With Mars, especially, I feel like I have not been able to get my hands on so many of their viral products. So anytime I can get my hands on them, I just order it. Somebody is gonna get it for me. It's not that heavy. And these Candlelicious lip glosses were as a result of some of my conquests that way. I have 2 shades here, but I have used up more than half of this. Probably my favorite formulation of glosses. I know a lot of people complain that, oh, it doesn't last long. It's a gloss, it's not gonna last long. It's a tinted gloss. It's not like it's a tinted lip balm. It will not last long. This is kind of like the old days glosses, but in a better, non sticky, more hydrating formula and better shade ranges. I have 2 shades. I have the shade O8, which I think is Cherry Cola, and I have the shade O2, which I think is Tutti Frutti. The fruity one has a slight bit of shimmer, and the cherry cola one is just plain and matte. I use this so often. This is something that I just open up my drawer, throw it on, and walk when my lips are chapped and I cannot find my lip balm or I just want some tint. These are so affordable. They have, I think, 8 or 9 shades on Nika, at least I think on the official website they have more. These glosses are glass reflective on your lips. I like putting this on top of any kind of tint or just putting like a lip liner on the outskirts of my mouth and then putting this because this has enough tint to show up like a color, but it's not too pigmented like some of the other products that I have here. These glosses are really good. These are worth the hype. Seen so many sponsored reviews and I was so skeptical. But then when I bought this myself, you know what, they're right. Whatever they're saying is absolutely right. This is worth every single penny. If you're looking for something long lasting, maybe skip this. This is not a long lasting gloss, but this is a very beautiful hydrating gloss, especially if you have chapped lips. In the drier months, you just want some kind of tint. This is very good. I apologize if the angle is changing because for some reason my camera is zooming in and out. This is a brand that I hadn't seen much, but it kept popping up on my explore page, and it was also one of those suggested accounts. So I was like, oh, it has beauty in it. So I'm assuming it's a beauty brand. I opened them up and I was like, oh, this is great. And then their glossy balm sticks went viral. Literally every single person was talking about them. So I was intrigued. And then I saw that they had more than just the glassy tint balms. I'm talking about the DM Beauty brand as a whole. But the two products that have been a standout to me, I've got a whole range of stuff from them. But I think the two standout products, yes, the glass tint balm is great. I'm not denying it. It's very moisturizing. And that moisture lasts even after it wears off. There is moisture, all of that, yes. But I feel like this specific product is what I think is really unique. This is their multi-use sticks, and I have two shades. I have the first shade I have is called Mon Amour, which looks more like a bronzer, but I think I would equate this to one of the Huda Beauty bronzers that they came out with over holidays last year. I feel like this is very similar. In fact, I actually got the Huda Beauty ones. I tried it and I returned it because I did not like it. I liked this more. Not the formula, but the way the shade looks on my skin. You can use it as a bronzer, blush, everything. Again, this is one of those easy one and done, use it in the morning, you don't need mirror kind of product. And it's also a great eye product because it is a multi-use stick. You can use it on your eyes, lips, cheek, face, ass, wherever you want, wherever your heart desires. I love this product. This is part of my everyday routine and this is so good. It also has the circle in the middle, which you clearly cannot see, is actually infused with skincare. So it has skincare benefits as well. I really like this product. So many people spoke about the glass tint balm, but people didn't speak about this as much. They only spoke about it when it came out. And I was like, oh, people, please give this more attention because this is very good. The other shade that I think is one of my favorite blush shades that I have in my collection. Again, also very brown girl friendly, and this would have been great for the summer. Not the season for it, but still so great unless you live in the northern hemisphere. Maybe you can try this. Oh wait, southern hemisphere. Maybe you can try this. Anyway, I digress. This is the shade EXO and it is a hot pink. When I tell you this blends in like 2 seconds, I'm not lying. Literally, you don't even need a brush. Your fingers do the job. They take away enough product from your application, but they leave enough and they blend it so well. And I feel like because of the skincare that is in the bullet in between, it makes it easier to blend. It also gives this nice, healthy, glowy looking finish. I don't know how else to describe it, but this stuff is so good. Why do people not talk about this? Yam Beauty, I know they keep launching so many new products. People keep talking about other products, but sometimes I'm like, go back to the basics. Go look at what they launched initially. Some of those products are really good. Again, if you didn't catch the name, these are the DM Beauty multi-use sticks, and I have the shades Mon Amour and so if you've been following me on Instagram, this product comes to nobody's surprise because I yapped about this so many times. Switching gears a little bit, let's put a little bit of reverse gear. So I'm going back to body care, another product that I just got it because it was in a combo and I was like, oh, I want a big bottle of this. I want a big bottle, a gallon of this that I can ship with me to the US. This is the Plum BodyLovin oil and specifically in vanilla vibes. Goodness gracious, this with the vanilla caramello perfume and the moisturizer, you're gonna smell like vanilla, caramel, pistachio, nutty, yummy goodness. So good. I have no words, and this is so hydrating on the skin as well. This is my third bottle. I haven't used this bottle. I cannot find where my other bottle is, but this stuff is so good, so hydrating, especially in the winter season. And this is a great layering oil as well because it has its own scent. If you're someone that typically goes for any kind of gourmandy, woody, smoky perfumes, just spray that on top of this and your perfume will not come off. You literally have to scrub the perfume out of your body. This makes it also long lasting because it has its own scent, but it's not overpowering that it takes away from the scent of the perfume itself. Where was this when I was in India? Why are they launching good stuff when I'm not there? Maybe I should just move back home. It would be a disgrace if I did not speak about this brand. This brand is doing some really cool stuff, giving Road, but an Indian version of Road. This is the Hyphen brand overall, but specifically the Hyphen Peptide Lip Balm. I know people complain how it has a bitter taste, how it leaves this aftertaste, which yes, all of that is true, but personally, it does not bother me as much, so I'm okay with it. For me, it's not a deal breaker. I have tried every variant of their lip balms. Vanilla one is my favorite. I have gone through 4 or 5 of these. The peach one is my second favorite, and the SPF one is also really good. What I don't like is their tinted ones. I would say skip. The tinted ones are so subpar. Lot of people on the internet like to compare how this has the name peptide, so does the road lip peptides. These are not the same. I am true people, very different. I don't know why people just see the packaging and they see how hyphen is going along the similar path as road, and they're like, oh, they're not dupes. Not at all dupes. These are not even cousins. These are not even related. These are very different products in itself, but this is an actually really good lip balm. Don't get the tinted ones if you're looking to try this. I know they put out on their Instagram that they have reformulated it because so many people complain about the taste. I don't know. I have the one from that I got in early 2024, so I don't know what the reformulation bitter aftertaste thing is. The tinted ones are notorious to separate, and there is no way for you to mix it up. So when you squeeze it out, if you've kept it away for a while and then you squeeze it out, only the oil comes out and the tint doesn't, and the oil is actually like a clear one, which is this one. So I would say get the clear ones and not the tinted ones. I've also tried their hyphen barrier cream for dry skin. Love it. I think I've gone through 2 or 3 bottles of this. Then I didn't have anyone coming from India, so nobody could get it for me. But I love that moisturizer. It was so good. I've tried their sunscreens. It was so good. I love all of their products that I have tried. There's few ones that I'm a little shady about that I don't know if I want to try. But for the most part, everything that I've picked up from sunscreen to balms have been a really good find, and they're also so affordable. Let's switch gears. The last three are actually lip products, which I know even before lip products were really great. And Maybelline had, I think that's all we had. And maybe Nykaa. Yes, when Nykaa Cosmetics launched their liquid lipstick and their crayons, that's all we had. We didn't have anything more than that. But now every single brand is like, oh, here's more, and they keep serving up so many things on a platter, and so many of these are brown skin friendly as well. I love that for Indian brands. But a product that I really want to talk about that I did not expect from Lakme is the tinted lip oil, and this is in the shade Cocoa Truffle. Of course, I was influenced by Shreya Jain when she spoke about this last year in one of her, I think it was top 500 or some one of those videos. I don't think this is under 500, but it was one of those videos, and I was like, damn, it would be so good for fall. Overall, I never really gravitated towards Lakme. Their lipsticks were also subpar, but this one really impressed me. It is so hydrating. It's an lip oil, but it's also tinted, so over time it's going to tint your lips. This looks delicious on the lips. If you wear Indian festivals, you don't want to wear red or you don't want to wear matte, please go get yourself this, because this is that perfect brown that has just enough pink, just enough warmth, but just enough cool to look great across so many skin tones. Oh my god, this is so good. I could eat this up. This product is so good. I'm repeating myself, but go get yourself the Lakme tinted lip oil. I did see other shades. I was not drawn to any other shades. I was like, whatever she else, if she tells me to buy poop, I'm gonna buy poop as well. So I just blindly trusted her. I would. So I bought this, and she doesn't steer anybody wrong. She's never steered me wrong in the 12 years that I have been watching her. So nobody's surprised. I love this. She recommended this a year ago, and I still use this very religiously to this date. Let's talk about lip liners. Back in the day, again, oh my god, I feel like such an oldie, but MAC lip pencils were probably what most of the people used. at least in India. In the West, there were a few here and there drugstore brands did it, but in India, I think even Maybelline, maybe L'Oreal and Revlon had, but they were too pricey at the time to be able to buy it. But now enter brands like K by Katrina, Faye Beauty, and not to mention Swiss Beauty and Mars. Nobody is surprised. The jaw remained on me. It's not on the floor. These lip liners are great. This is the Mars Edge of Desire lip liner, and this is in the shade Deep Dawn. This is the lip liner I have on with L'Oreal Gloss. This is the Swiss Beauty Bold Matte Lip Liner, and I have the shade, I think it's SBL01. I don't know. It's one of the red shades. Where is the shade name? They don't have shade names on this. Oh, it's Royal Red 01. Guys, if you're sleeping on this, wake up. These lip liners are so creamy, and these are wooden. I like wooden more for some reason rather than retractable ones, because I feel like you get these sharper and these last long. And if they are creamy enough, they are creamy when you apply it, and they set once they're done drying down, and they last for a longer amount of time. So I personally love the wooden ones. These two, I think one of them is like 65 rupees. And they're so cheap, but they do the job. And specifically, like the red ones, the pink ones, the plum ones, we've seen them, we know them. They're all not that unique, I feel, but they're like the formulation is really good if you're in the market for it. But this Mars Edge of Desire lip liner in Dawn, oh god, how did they come up with this shade? This is gorgeous. This is a good neutral brown. You can pair this with a cool tone warm tone lipstick, lip tint. I usually like to pair this with the Lakme product that I mentioned earlier, and that brown is just the perfect brown. Sometimes I put this lip liner and go in with a little bit of pinky concealer and clear gloss to give that 90s lip as well. Baby, these lip liners are gorgeous. So good, so inexpensive, and get the job done. I'm not someone that buys high end lip liners. I don't have one high end lip liner. The most expensive one that I have is from Sephora collection, which is still super inexpensive. So I personally don't like to invest in high end lip liners. And that's why I gave these a shot, and I'm so glad that I did. These are content. The last product I want to talk about. So I've seen this brand on my Instagram, and this is not a brand that comes to my mind when I want to pick up something from. Let me be honest. Not the first brand. So when I was scrolling through Nykaa to place an order, and I was like, this looks interesting, and I would have regretted if I didn't pick this up. This is the Tipsy Beauty pH changing lip oil, and I have the shade Midnight. This looks black, but it actually leaves like this most gorgeous pink tint on your lips. I have friends that are deeper than me, that are fairer than me, that have used this, and they're like, what is this shade and what is this product? The shade looks so good on my friends and myself, who are all of different skin tones, and it lasts. And this is a lip and cheek changing tint. Now, I'm one of those people that believe that all pH changing stuff looks the same. They're not that different, which I don't think that different. But in terms of the product itself and not that much on the color, I love this. When I have to get out the door or in the morning, I'm like, I need to look alive. I put this on and I just let it be. It's hydrating, and then it kind of tints your lips. So over the day, I can keep applying tinted lip balm or something else to just keep it going. And on the cheeks, this blends so well. It's very thin. It's almost as thin as the Mars Candelicious lip glosses, except this is so much more long lasting. This tints your lip also really well. Clearly you can see I have used more than half of this. I went to Alaska last year, and I was like, it's going to be so cold in November, and I didn't pack a lot of makeup. This is literally the only thing I used throughout the trip, on my lips and on my cheeks, and a little bit of eyeliner and mascara, and that's all I did because it was so cold. I was looking like snuggled up like a teddy bear, so it didn't really make sense to take a lot of foundation, concealer kind of things. But this stuff is literally the only thing I used. I also have a video on my Instagram that I filmed talking about how much I love this product at Arctic Circle when I went for Alaska. My higher viewed videos. Love this product. The sad part is it only comes in two shades. There's a clear one, which is number one. This is midnight number two. I don't know what shade the clear one is supposed to turn into, but this one is pink. The cap here, this is kind of the pink it looks. It's really great, guys. Across skin tones, it's gonna work. It's a great tint if you want something long lasting, something that sets and you don't have to worry about it. That's also easy to put on, easy to blend. Go get yourself the Tipsy one. This is probably the most expensive stuff that I've spoken about in my whole video. I think the Tipsy one is the most expensive one. Otherwise, everything I think is very affordable, especially if you get it on a sale. It's free. Buy it on a sale. With that, we come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed some of my favorite, I would say top 10 product slash categories of stuff that is available only in India. Let me know if you want to see more parts to this. If you have something that I have not mentioned in this video, please make sure to put in the comments down below, so add it to my wish list and get it when someone else is coming. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, like, share, comment, subscribe, drill, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.